Hello people, this is Liz and today I'm going to try to do a watercolor with this watercolor I got from the dollar store. I have my fancy one and I guess this is kind of a review to see how much I could do with this regular watercolor. You can get this from the dollar store, Staples. You know when you go to do your back to school shopping? Yes, this is very affordable. Okay, so let's see what we can do with it today. I have my water, my brush. I'm using just the one brush. My paper, I taped it down at the ends. And you can use any board you have really. This is just a regular board. Let's begin. I know most people like to do their sketches first with a pencil. I don't know if it's laziness, but I do not feel like using a pencil, so I'm going to go straight with my watercolor. But I'll start with a lighter color in case I need to put a layer over it. If you've used watercolor before, you know it's almost impossible to put a layer over when you're using watercolor. But I guess if I'm using a lighter shade of paint, it might be workable. I really prefer to work with acrylic, but there's something very charming about watercolor. Okay, today I'm doing a figure. So what I'm doing now is pretty much just laying down the sketch, which of course you could choose to do in pencil, up to you. It doesn't look like much now because I'm just trying to lay the proportions down. Because like I said, it's hard to erase when you use watercolor. It's hard to paint over. Okay, I was hoping to get the whole leg, but doesn't seem like I could do that today, but that's okay. All right, so with watercolor, much as we say it's not workable, whatever area you put your water in is where the color stays. So I'll start off with some light orange. Okay, goes to show why this is $1. Put my first layer down. I think I'll give her the same color top. Put it down. Before you move over to the next color, it's always best to rinse out the brush. I'm noticing that it's not as rich as the regular watercolor. I guess the pigments are not as concentrated, and it's not really giving me that watercolor effect I'm looking for. But let's not bash it too soon. I need to darken that red. Oops, now that's brown. I need dark red. Yeah, something more like that. Yeah, I think next time I will just stick to the watercolor I'm used to. Let's see, let's throw some other color in here. What made me decide to use the dollar store watercolor? Nothing, I guess. When people give you excuses like they cannot afford to paint, how can you not afford to paint? You don't have to go to for the fanciest materials. Just light your candle, whatever relaxes you. Get your water and your brush and try something new. If it doesn't work out, it's okay. You keep working at it, eventually it will. Like they say, practice makes perfect. I really needed this to be darker. Okay, tell you what, I'm going to go dry this off, and then I'll come back and put another layer, and we'll all see how it goes. How about that? Okay, I used the blow dryer to dry off the painting. It looks a mess right now. I am not feeling it at all. But since I decided to take the challenge, I can't quit now. Like I said, the pigments are they're not as concentrated, so it's not working out like I would like it to. Let's put her hands on her waist like that. I don't think the proportions here are right. And whatever the medium you're using, watercolor, pastel, you should always have in mind the basics, like the side where your light is coming from, so you know where your shades are going to fall into. So this thigh, for instance, I really wish I could darken it. So you make your imaginary sunlight and you decide where the shades are falling into. I really don't like to use black when I paint. Well, we don't have much to work with today with our dollar store paint. I'm not knocking the dollar store. We get lots of good stuff from the dollar store. Oh, don't I know that? But if it is watercolor, today we'll see. Maybe we should stick to the brand names or get it from the dollar store too. Doesn't still look like much. Let's see if we can put a pop of color in there to wake it up. I so badly want to use my tube paint on my watercolor ink. Let's see, maybe if I rub it real hard, I can get some strong pigments. Nope. Maybe I should leave that for a minute and try the background. That off. Okay, I'll turn the camera off for a second. Let me work the background. There's really not much to work in the background. If it was real watercolor, you put the dark color down and then you just kind of make your brush wet and you make a light wash and the colors will blend into each other and give you a light and dark. Today's not a typical day. Let me see what the grain is like before. Too wishy-washy even for watercolor. See if we can get some darker green back there. It's interesting that even when I try to darken the color, it still looks really, really weak, really light. And the way it holds to the paper, you think I'm using a greasy brush because it's not staying down. But I need to do something so the sketch, you can see the faint yellow from the sketch we did earlier. Maybe throw some blue in the sky. You also have to decide, are you doing an evening sky? Are you doing a morning sky? Like you pick. But let me see. I need the blue to be really watered down. Do something with a calabash. With regular watercolor, you don't have to rub as hard. You take a little bit, you put it down, and you can go on and on and on. But then we have to remember it's from the dollar store, so I don't think we're doing too badly for a watercolor from a dollar store. Okay, that's as much as I could do for now. Okay, guys. Guess that's the much I could do with my special watercolor. You see the effect it's given? It's not really, let me say, the paper is not absorbing it completely. The paint just sits on top of the paper. Maybe it's the paper, maybe it's the watercolor, but this is all we have for now. Okay, so this is Liz with my dollar store watercolor. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you for watching.